What's up guys, my name is Blake Moore, welcome to More Finance, and today what I'm going to be doing for you guys is taking you through the multi-apping shift that I'm doing, which is the lunch shift. So it's 11:23 right now. We're probably going to go till around 2 o'clock, and unfortunately Doordash is not busy in my area, so I can't do Doordash quite yet, but probably around 11:45, 12 o'clock I'll be able to start my dash. But until then we're doing Ubereats and Grubhub. So we're doing all three apps throughout the shift, starting off with just Ubereats and Grubhub because DoorDash isn't that busy yet. And we're just going to see how much money I can make during that amount of time. And I'm also going to be taking you through the strategies I use to use all three apps at once, because it can get pretty confusing, it can get pretty hectic, but with practice and with time, it does get easier. But there are some things that you should know going into trying to use the three apps at once. So I'm going to be taking you through every order that I accept, and I might just take you through every single order that I receive, show you guys which ones I'm declining, which ones I'm accepting, because that way it can give you a better idea of how this whole thing works. So with that said, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also hit that subscribe button if you want to be entered into the giveaway that I'm doing for my subscribers for the month of July, where I give away 20% of my YouTube income. And then also when you hit that subscribe button, you're going to be helping me donate 10 cents per subscriber to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So if you want to be a part of that, then also hit that subscribe button. But most of all, only hit the subscribe button if you actually like my content. And also with that whole donation that I was doing for last month, I am donating the money when I receive my YouTube paycheck, which will be around the third week of July. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put it in a video. I have so many people commenting, oh, this guy's just a scammer. This guy just wants subscribers, blah, blah, blah. No, I literally said this a couple of videos ago for those of you who keep commenting that. I'm going to put that in a video. You guys will watch me donate the money. So just stay tuned. Promise, I'm not scamming you guys. We got Scout with us today. He's ready to go. He's ready to get some money, huh? Huh, Scout? Scout? You ready? Yeah, he's ready. He's keeping watch, making sure no one comes and tries to rob me while I'm sitting in my car. So we're going for just like 2.5 hours. We will see what happens, and I'll be taking you guys through pretty much every order that I get. Let's go ahead and start our shifts. All right, and we're gonna click go. Sweet, and then we are gonna go right into the Grubhub app. And we're going to switch that unavailable to taking offers, and we're ready to go. We'll see what this is like. I've never just done Ubereats and Grubhub, so we'll see what happens because DoorDash still not busy. We'll see what happens, and yeah, hopefully we get some orders soon. Well guys, we are back from our shift, and we have a lot to unpack here. I'm going to be taking you through every single order I accepted and how I choose which orders I'm accepting, because it does take a lot of practice and skill when it comes to using three apps at once. And you have to kind of let go of some of the stuff that you would normally do using one app. So let's get right into things. So to start off the shift, I actually had to decline quite a bit of orders because I just wasn't getting any good orders. As you guys can see, this one right here, $2.75 for 4.6 miles, terrible order from Ubereats. Then I get this $5 order, shop on arrival. I just never take those usually unless it's like a big order. So $5, 6.4 miles, terrible. And then we go into the next order I get. Finally, I was able to get a DoorDash shift and start picking up some DoorDash orders. I got this one for $8.75, 8.5 miles, not a good order. So I declined that one. Then this next order, $7.50, 5.8 miles, declined. So I have yet to even do an order, and it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. So then I get this order from Grubhub. Again, $9.94. I can look at the map and see this is a terrible order. It's probably about 10 miles. So decline that one. And then finally DoorDash came in clutch, and I got this order right here, $6.75 for 3.5 miles. So this is the order that kind of got the ball rolling and kind of started the whole chain of events for my entire shift, to be honest with you guys. So I get this order for Neaters, and then right when I get that order, this order pops up from Grubhub for Rumby. It's a $6.47 order, and it was only about a 2 I don't even think it was 2 miles. I think it was like 1.8 miles when I tracked it on my maps. So 1.8 miles for $6.50. I definitely had to accept that. And the cool thing with this is because DoorDash puts the pickup time, as you guys can see. Well, you guys can't see it on here actually, but when you accept the order, obviously it shows you the pickup time when you're supposed to be there to pick it up. So you can gauge your orders off of that. That's what I do. I use DoorDash as my gauge for which orders I'm picking up first and which ones I need to deliver first, because Ubereats and Grubhub don't have that. So you want to make sure DoorDash is not necessarily top priority, but because they do care about your on-time rating and all that stuff, then you do want to make sure you're not going excessively over when it's telling you to drop it off. So I went and picked up this Rumby order, dropped it off all before the pickup time of that DoorDash order. So then I drive all the way, pick up that DoorDash order, which was only about a 5-minute drive away from the drop-off location of that Grubhub order. So those two simultaneous. And then as I'm doing that, I also get this Ubereats order, which was a really good order, $11.47. It was, the pickup location was right by the DoorDash pickup location, and then the drop off was not too far away either. But unfortunately with this order, I was unable to do it because the restaurant was closed. So I got a $3 compensated pay for this one, but I wanted to go into and talk to you guys about these orders with Ubereats. So these ones are phenomenal. They work really well with multi-apping because you can call in and order the food before you even go and pick it up. So it's a order on shop on arrival order. And these ones are only good when it's restaurants. If it's like a Walgreens or you have to actually shop and pick up the order like a CVS or something, then they're terrible. You can't accept those multi-apping. It just wastes way too much time. But these ones, you can call ahead, order the food, have them getting it ready. They'll give you an estimated time like, oh, it'll be ready in 20 minutes. Perfect. Now I can go pick up the DoorDash order, drop it off, and maybe pick up that Grubhub order or whatever other orders you have. You can do that in the meantime while they're making the food instead of having to drive there, order it yourself, and wait. So these are very good orders, but unfortunately this store was closed, so I got the $3 compensated pay. So then as I'm driving to that DoorDash location, that Neaters, I get this one. So it's a stack order. $5 on top of the $6.50 on top of that Grubhub order, which was also $6.50. So now I just dropped off that Grubhub order and I'm going to pick this one up. And the whole time I'm on the phone with Ubereats support trying to get that compensated pay. So it is kind of chaotic. It's hectic and you really have to focus. You can't be lollygagging around and just like on your phone or drinking a Coke or eating a sandwich or something. Like, you got to really focus when it comes to using 3 apps at once. So I accept this order. We go to the pickup location of that DoorDash order and I pick up both those orders, drop them off. As I'm dropping off the second one, I get this Grubhub order right here for Burger King, $9.76, and I know that that's going to be about a 4.5 mile order. So I'm like, perfect. I'm about to drop off this last DoorDash order and I got this order right away, except that one. Okay, and then as I'm driving to that Burger King order, I get this order for Panda Express from DoorDash, which was just perfect because the Panda Express is right on the way to Burger King, and then the drop-off location was actually right next door to the Burger King. So I go and I pick up the Panda order and I pick up the Burger King order before I drop this one off because I had made the Grubhub order wait a little bit longer than this DoorDash order, so I'm going to pick up that Grubhub order first. And because the delivery time on the DoorDash order was like 20 minutes after I had picked it up, so I'm like, okay, I got some time, I'm going to go pick up that Grubhub order. So I pick up the Grubhub order, drop off the Panda Express order, and then drop off the Grubhub order, and it worked perfectly. And then I get this order for Ubereats. Perfect order. Like, this one was right by where that Burger King was. It's like right next door the Wendy's is. And so the drop-off location for that Grubhub order, the Burger King order, was just about a 3-minute drive away from this location, the Wendy's. So I go drop off that Grubhub order and then go and pick up this Wendy's order, which is just a great order. $9.11 for 2.9 miles. That's a great order, even though it was Wendy's. But with multi-apping, it ends up working out so perfectly. Because I'm taking the time to drop off the Grubhub order and drive back to the Wendy's, that's about a 6-minute time frame that wouldn't have been there had I just gone straight to the Wendy's. It would have been about a minute since I got this order. So because there's that 6-minute time difference, because I'm dropping off the Grubhub order, then it gives Wendy's time to pick it up and I don't have to wait at all. So I pull up to the Wendy's, go inside, it's ready for me. Usually Wendy's takes forever, but because I had that leeway time, then they had those 6 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever it was, to make the order, and I didn't have to wait at all. So it's all about timing. That's all multi-apping is timing. You have to know what orders to pick up when, what order to drop them off in, all that. And it does get confusing. But like I said, it makes it so that you don't have to wait at restaurants because you're giving them more time to make the order. Almost, I would say 90-95% of the time, the order is ready when I get there. So it works out perfectly and it makes it so you have no dead time. So I pick up the Wendy's order, and as I'm picking up the Wendy's order, I get this amazing order for Village Baker. And that Village Baker is literally in the same parking lot as the Wendy's. So as you guys can see, it's kind of a trend. Now, obviously there's orders in between that I'm declining, but you have to wait for these perfect orders where the restaurants are in the same parking lot, that type of stuff. So I get this Village Baker order, $6.50, 2.6 miles, another great order. These two orders are perfect. And what do you know? The drop-off location for them is actually on the same street. It is literally about half a mile. I don't even know half a mile. It was about a 2-minute drive in between drop-off locations, and the restaurants are in the same parking lot. So just perfect orders that you can get combined. So then pick up the Village Baker order, and then I go and I drop off the Wendy's order from Ubereats, and I drop off that Doordash order. So after I drop off that Doordash order, we get this Doordash order for Joaquin Cafe, $6.50, 2.9 miles again. Perfect order, great order, accepted that one immediately. And then as I'm driving to that order, I get this stack order from DoorDash, $5 Little Caesars order for only 2.4 more miles. So another great order. The Little Caesars and the Joaquin Cafe are in the same little strip mall. I guess that's what you call it. Like the restaurants are literally in the same building. And so another perfect order. So after I picked up those two orders, I actually get this Ubereats order for Starbucks, $6.60, 1.8 miles. And this was the last order that I accepted for the day. And it was just a perfect combination with those two DoorDash orders that I had to pick up, because the Starbucks is right across the street from that Little Caesars. So I just went pick up the Starbucks, and then I go and I drop off the Joaquin Cafe order because it's closer to the Starbucks drop off. So, and this all has to do with delivery times when it comes to DoorDash. So I see that the Joaquin Cafe one needs to be delivered by this time, but the Little Caesars one is about 20 minutes from the time that I'm doing all of this. So I'm like, okay, drop off the Joaquin Cafe order, then drop off the Starbucks order, because the delivery time for that DoorDash order isn't for another 20 minutes. So I'll have time to go drop that one off because it's only like a mile and a half away, and then drive all the way, drop off the Little Caesars order. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't have any orders that were like not on time, I don't think, and it just ended up working out perfectly. So now we're gonna go into how much money I made. Sorry that was kind of a long explanation of how I do things, but hopefully seeing those orders and seeing which ones you can accept when it comes to accepting multiple orders from multiple apps at once. Like, I think I had an order from each app at one point. Like, so you have to do that, like I just explained. Clusters. You have to do it. You can't be driving around everywhere, or your drop-off times are going to be terrible. And we don't want that, because that can get you deactivated. So now we're going to go into how much money I made. So from DoorDash, I made $36. And as you guys can see, I went 1 hour and 58 minutes. That's because about the first 15 minutes of the shift, I didn't have DoorDash because it wasn't busy. As you guys saw, I couldn't sign up for a shift. So 2 hours, $36.25. And then for Grubhub, we made $16.23, which is pretty good. We had 2 orders from them. And then lastly, we go into Ubereats, and we made $14.38, but that's not correct total because only 50% of the tips have been factored in. So if we factor in that last tip on this order that hasn't had the tip factored in yet, then it's actually $18. So not bad at all. We're going to add up the 3. We're going to go in here. So we have $18.38 plus $16.23 plus $36.25. And we get $70.86 in 2 hours of delivery for the lunch shift. We literally went from about, it was like 11:25 or whatever, till about 1:35. So it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes. We made $70.86. You divide that by 2, and we averaged over $35 an hour, which is honestly crazy. Like, for a lunch shift, I can do that during a dinner shift, even with just using 2 apps. But a lunch shift, to do that back-to-back hours of $35+, that's really where you're going to make a lot of money. So I did a Doordash shift a couple months ago. I made a video on it, how fast can I make $100 during a lunch shift. And if you want to check out that video, I'll link it up at the top for you. But it was a couple months ago, and I made $100 in 4 hours. So this just goes to show you, I could have made $100 in probably less than 3 hours, which means that multi-apping just adds on to the amount of money you can make, because what you're doing is making it so that you constantly have orders, and if you time it correctly and accept the correct orders, then you can really maximize the amount of money you can make, because you can have 2 or 3 orders all the time, just constantly, especially during those rush times. And multi-apping also comes in handy during those slow times, because you just get more orders. Yeah, you might not have as many in a row, like you might not be doing 3 orders at a time like I was doing, but you will have constant orders coming in, and it just gives you the freedom to decline more orders and accept the ones that are actually more profitable and more beneficial to accept, because you're getting more orders from all different apps. So you're not just limited to Doordash and thinking, well, I haven't accepted an order in 10 minutes, I better accept one, because these, like, who knows when I'm going to get a good one. No, with 3 apps, you're getting orders constantly, and you can gauge that a lot better than if you're just using 1 app. So another thing I wanted to go into, sorry this video is getting kind of long, but I wanted to give you a full explanation of how I do this and how I make a really good amount of money doing it. So what you need to remember is, if you accept an order and then another one pops up, so let's take this scenario. Say you get an order from Doordash and you accept it, and you're driving to that restaurant, and then you get an order for Grubhub and Ubereats when you arrive there, and both those orders are better. Don't be afraid to unassign that Doordash order for those 2 better orders. Like, you can't be afraid to unassign orders if you haven't picked up the order yet. Don't feel bad. Like, I had a Grubhub order that I went and picked up the Doordash order, and I was on my way to Grubhub, and it had been probably like 5 or 6 minutes since I had gotten and accepted that Grubhub order. And then I got an Ubereats order, came in, and it was better than that Grubhub order. So I just declined it, and then I go and pick up the Ubereats order. It's not a big deal. Like, I know you guys are worried about the customers, but honestly, they're going to be fine. Like, they're going to see that the order was unassigned. It's going to be picked right back up from a different delivery driver who's right next to the restaurant, and it's not going to be a big deal. And also, I know a lot of people have questions on if customers have a problem with it, but it just looks like you have multiple orders. People see that all the time, especially with Doordash. A stack order, you're going to see your driver not driving to your location right off the bat because they have multiple orders. That's just how it goes. The delivery business is super busy right now, and we might as well take advantage of it, because you can't worry about the customer seeing you not drive right to their house. As long as you're delivering their food hot and in good condition and in a reasonable amount of time. Like I said, you don't want people waiting an obscene amount of time. You want to deliver it before that delivery time, especially with Doordash. You don't want to gyp the customer, but you can do that and still accept other orders. And there we have it, guys. That is like pretty much the entire breakdown of how I use all 3 apps and how I average over $30 an hour using those 3 apps. So far, I think in total I've done about 15 hours worth of like 3 app multi-apping, but I've done so many hours with Doordash and Ubereats. But so far with the 3 apps, I don't think there's been like a time where I've averaged under $30 an hour. So if you're interested in that, make sure you practice. maybe start off with 2 apps and then get the hang of that and then go on to 3, because 3 honestly does make a difference though. 2 apps, I was making like probably $28, $27 an hour on average. Now it's about $31, $32, $33 an hour. So it's just one level up. So if you're interested in making more money, hopefully this video is able to give you a lot of great information. Hopefully you can take these things and implement it into your multi-apping strategy and make a decent amount of money, because that's why we're all here. Is we literally run our own business. We can accept what orders we want. We can use what apps we want. So might as well grow your business and have as many orders as possible at one time, because that's going to help you make the most money that you possibly can. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. If you want to be entered into that giveaway, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also, if you want to help me donate that 10 cents per subscriber, make sure you subscribe as well. And as you guys know, you're the best subscribers in the entire world, and I'll see you guys next time.